Well, hello there ladies and gentlemen, I'm Dusty Echo and welcome to the DragonCraft server Season 1. This is episode 0, and the reason why it is going to be episode 0 is because this is going to be a final base tour of the rather large base that I built on this server, but because of changes in 1.13 we have to travel such a distance to find any of the new features. We've decided to start a brand new map, and this one is going to be finished, which I'm sorry to say we've spent quite a while on this map, possibly about a year or so. Gonna miss it. We're super rich in everything on the game really, so I'm looking forward to starting a brand new map. What I shall do now is just run through a quick base tour of what we've got. And I'll show you around. First of all, let's get our kit on. There we go. Let's get rid of this unsightly pile of dirt. And let's go for a quick fly around. Right. This is the side, the west side I think it is. That's just a small AFK fishing place above a swamp to catch some slimes on the golems, which I'm attracted to it. More there in a bit. You can see a nice dome on the top there, quite a large build, front entrance. What we'll do is we'll go in at the top and work our way down. So we've got a nice couple of helicopter landing pads. There we go. That there is just the roof access to make the AFK fishing farm slightly more efficient. This over here is the village section to my village breeder. At the moment it's turned off, and now it's actually a village, and the villagers downstairs will start breeding. Let's turn that off. I can't remember whose design it was. Works really well. Producing loads and loads of villagers. Kept me supplied all the way through. Right, let's go inside. Right, nice glass dome. And this will be the top floor. First, Nether Portal room, nothing fancy, just the Nether Portal leading into our Nether hub. We'll go through there a bit later in the video. This is the village breeder that I was telling you about just. Works really well. I can't remember whose design it is, so my apologies. The little baby villager drops down, forced to go along this water track, ends up here. We've got minecarts in there, so when a villager is actually standing there, you deploy a minecart and it catches the villager and runs down to here. Here we've got one already. You can check his trades. It's a toolsmith, unbreaking one for 15. Yeah, not great, but and then you can decide whether it can be dispatch, I think is the correct word, or if he's a good villager, we can just nudge him along, and here he'll drop down into the villager trading hall, which I shall show you a little bit later. Again, works really well. The villagers come churning out of there, no problem. Right, this room here is the fishing room, just a standard AFK fishing spot. We have 7 double chests, so you can probably stand here AFK for maybe 5-6 hours. As you can see, all these chests are full of cod. I think up until this one, I think, so quite a few. Salmon, puffer fish, tropical fish, standard AFK fishing farm. And now down on the next level, which will be the entrance to the base. Come upstairs. This is the first thing that you'd see normally. On the left here we've got the Enchanting Room. books, lapis, all of the things that we've sort of gathered or traded with over the time. You know, quite a few things knocking about here. Some good swords, especially when you put them together. We've got 2 enchanting stations, each with a separate enchanting table in there, so 4 people can enchant at exactly the same time. Maximum level 30. Works really well. Here's a stock of all of the books that we've got in alphabetical order, starting from Aqua Infinity. All of these are Aqua Infinity, and obviously because of the new 1.13 update, there was extra enchantments, channeling, loyalty, mainly trident based ones, so I haven't got none of them yet. I think there's 1 or 2 in there. But obviously with my OCD I'd have to redo all of this, incorporate the new enchantments into the alphabetical order, and but we've got books and books for days, quite a few mending books. One of my villagers downstairs in the trading hall is a mending villager, which was sweet. Again, all unbreaking, loads and loads of books forever, so that worked really well. Right, next is the brewing room. We've got the brewing stations. We've got 9 brewing stations, and it works out quite nice. You go along and put all the ingredients in, and then by the time you put the stuff in the last one, it's brewed already, ready for your next ingredient, or whether for them to be stored in the chests over there. This is all the ingredients, glass bottles, Nether Wart, all the ingredients for all the different potions. Again, you know, it works really well. You can enchant quite a lot up. I think it works out at a shulker box or a half a double chest in one go. Works pretty quick. Here's storage for all of the potions, and also in each one I've put in the actual ingredients, or the recipe I should say, for the individual potion, because I keep forgetting. So for example, for instant health you need a awkward potion with a glistening melon and then a glow dust, and that will give you instant health too. The same with all of them. For strength for 8 minutes, it's an awkward potion with a blaze powder with a glowstone dust. All of the aggressive potions, shall I say, I've turned them into splash potions to throw. And again, you know, for instant damage 2, you need an instant health potion with a fermented spider eye, a glowstone dust, and then a gunpowder, which changes it to a splash potion. Works really well. You can sort of get quite a lot of potions in a short amount of time, with working from left to right or right to left depending. Works really well. Served me well over the time. Here we have the map room, where I've just jotted a few biomes that I'm interested in or that we need. Just jotted down the coordinates. Got a jungle biome which is quite far away, 5,000 blocks away. Ice spike biomes which are quite handy for ice. Mushroom islands, there's coordinates for that, and a mesa biome for all the clay. Works really well. This is a larger scale of our map at the moment. This here is where we am, near enough right in the centre. This one here is Ibenev Jevs, who's also on the server. Has got his own YouTube channel, We Replay. If you want to go and check that out, it's got some good videos on there. And that was my starter base actually, where I built a lighthouse. This is just a slightly zoomed in map. As you can see, the structure, it's quite large. There's a helicopter landing pads at the top there, and the dome. And just one slightly zoomed out a little bit more, you can see the AFK fishing spot there with the 4 posts for the golems sitting on top to attract the slimes. This quadrant here is the same on all levels. Actually behind it is a gold farm in the form of large portals in a toast rack formation, with trapdoors underneath, so they fall off, come down into a single chamber where you can kill them. I shall show you that shortly. Was that everything? brewing, trading, yeah, that's it. So down onto the next level, where we have our villager trading hall. If we come in here, we've got the best cleric. He's got 4 redstone, 2 lapis, or 3 glowstone for 1 emerald. I don't really bother trading flesh. And then we have toolsmith, 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 a weaponsmith, a weaponsmith, an armourer, another armourer. They've got sort of like decent trades. For example, fire protection 1 and breaking 2, that's only for 18 diamonds. So once you combine a couple of 3 of them, you've got a really good starting of a chest plate. Butcher here for all your meat needs. Then we've got a farmer where I do most of my trades with. And then we've got the librarians. I think there is 10, librarians in here. Just a little bit of storage, just when we come in with access items to trade with. Some iron there to trade with, emeralds, tons and tons of emeralds, absolutely loads. I've got that many now. I think I've filled up 3 double chests. I'm starting to convert them all into blocks of emerald now. A few books as well for the villagers. Some of the librarians are pretty good. As you can see there, Death Strider for 27, Respiration 2 for 10, Looting 3 for 45, a little bit expensive, but it's Looting 3. Power 5 is for 55. So once I found the trades that I wanted, I wasn't really fussed on whether they were cheap or expensive, because we've got emeralds galore, so no need to find the cheapest ones. A few other trades. Looting 2 for 23, so it might be better to do 2 of them. Silk Touch for 19, which is a good one. Feather Falling as well for 12, good trade. Infinity for 11, pretty good. Sweeping Edge for 8, so a few of them together works out pretty good. Efficiency 4 for 25, which isn't too bad. Feather Falling 2 for 17, but this was the main one, the Mending Villager. I was quite lucky. I think it was literally the second librarian that came out once I'd set up the villager trader was a Mending Villager. I couldn't believe my luck. So that was really, really lucky to get him so early. So that's the trading hall. Across the road from there we've got the smelting room. Just a small little super smelter. I think there's 8 on each side. They all automatically get fed and evenly distributed with the items or the fuel. What I normally do is I split the items evenly between the left and the right, pop them in the chest, flick the switch, and it goes off on its merry way, automatically feeding the fuel or feeding in the items to smelt. You check on them when they're empty, just turn it off, leave them, and they all come out in the chests here. Works pretty well for what I've needed. Probably need a slightly bigger one, and also as well in the 1.13 hoppers or furnaces. I can't remember. The furnaces actually retain the XP that you get when you smelt, but because it's automatically sucked out in 1.12, you didn't get the XP. Whereas now in 1.13, you can actually harvest it. So I've got an idea for a slightly different method where the hoppers can be locked off, so you can individually go into the furnaces without them automatically being sucked out, collect the XP, turn the hoppers back on, and it'll just go back to automatically feeding into a chest. So that would work pretty well with a large smeltery, say for like a kelp farm, which you get quite a lot of, or if you're doing a lot of glass, just leave it churning over, and then on the unfortunate incidents when you actually die and lose all your levels, you can come straight back to the furnace array, flick the switch, and then depending on how much smelting you've done, you straight back up to level 30. So I've got a new design for that, which I'll be starting on the next map. Really looking forward to starting a new map. A little bit intimidating when you start off and you're just chopping trees down with your hands, but that's all the fun of the game. Will miss my enchantments and all of the gear that we've collected, but it's time to move on. Next, this is a small Nether Wart room. This lever here activates the bottom section of the wall there, which retracts, and there's water behind it, so it automatically washes them all away, comes into the hoppers and collects in the chest. Works really well for what it is. Real simple. You manually have to go around and plant them all, but that's how it is with the Nether Wart. Again, that works okay for what I need it for. This here is just a little look behind the scenes where you can see this is the gold farm. Just jump up here. You can see some there have sort of fell down. The trapdoors trip the entity or the mob into thinking that there's actually a floor there, so they just drop off, fall into the area. That little one's got stuck for some strange reason, but you know, it works pretty well. When you're milling around the base, you continually get a decent flow of pigment, so it's a good source of gold. I think there is 12 or 13 Nether Portals that are 18 by 18s, so you get a good spawn rate of pigment in there. It's pretty good. Just quickly round the back here is the minecart that comes up from the mine, which I shall show you later. Goes into an auto emptying cycle, which gets stored in the storeroom, and then goes back down to the mine, waiting to be filled again. Right, the next room I want to show you is the actual storeroom. Storage galore. I think there's 240 chests, I think, in here. Start from the left. This is a little concrete maker. Real simple design. I can't remember where I've seen it from, so sorry to the person that came up with this, but it's just an observer running into a redstone, which powers this block, which powers a dispenser. So you put your concrete powder into the dispenser, stand here with the concrete powder in your offhand and with your pickaxe in the other hand, and literally just left and right click at the same time, and as soon as you place a powder down here, the observer causes an update to the dispenser, which chucks out a concrete powder block. So it continually keeps your left hand filled. You can set up a hopper around the back with a chest, so you could put even more concrete powder in there. Works really well. Good way of getting your concrete sorted instead of laying concrete powder down in an ocean and then digging it up again. It works really well. All the concrete lands in this chest, and then we move on to bulk storage, sand, dirt, cobblestone, stone. All these are full. As you can see, got that point where we're filling up shulker boxes now. It's we've got crazy amount of resources. Again, all the top ones are full for cobblestone here, and all the bits associated with the cobblestone and the slabs, all the dirt. We've got podzol, mycelium, coarse dirt, grass blocks. We've got some red sand down here with all the different variants of it, slabs, stairs. Again, more building blocks, diorite, andesite, gravel. We've got the ice up here. We've got quite a good supply of ice. It's basically virtually full. This is where the minecart from the mine comes up, unloads there. When the light's on, there's nothing there. When it's off, that's when it's actually unloading. Gets unloaded into this chest, and there's a little bit of a buffer behind it just in case there's more. Here's all the wood section, all the different trees. Each one has the tree, the planks, the leaves, and the woods, the leaf, the trees, and the planks, stairs, slabs, whatever of each variant. There's 6 different ones there. Again, got some stone bricks, prismarine bricks. This is like an odds and sods, different bits and bobs section. And then we move on to the redstone for days, tons and tons of it. All the rails, again, got loads and loads, been through collecting them. Coal, charcoal, glowstone, the sea lanterns. And we move on to like the special mob drops. We've got a nautilus shell and the heart of the sea. Need to get some more of them, but we have to go such a distance to find these that's another reason why we're starting a new map. Rockets, loads, glass, it's just, everything's just full. Plenty diamonds, emeralds, we're just absolutely chocker now. Gold, good amount of gold from the gold farm, which is a Ilmango design, the large donut in the air and the roof of the nether. Really good design, very talented and very clever lad, Ilmango is. I'll leave a description to his YouTube channel in the description. Again, with a small iron farm that we've got somewhere else on the server, produces iron for days as well. I think there's 4 iron golem spawners, which works really well. Basic design, but just all 4 of them linked into each other. This section here is all the mob drops, slime, rotten flesh, ender pearls. Again, pretty stocked up on everything. Got quite a bit of gunpowder. Then we move on to the colour section, where we've got the dyes, the wool, the concrete, the terracotta, and the glass. This is like the white section, and then all of this wall across here is all the different colours, as you can see. And again, it's the same. We have the dyes, the wool, and the carpet in the first row. Second row is dyes again with black concrete and black concrete powder. And again, next one is the dyes, the terracotta, and the glazed terracotta. Same again with all the colours. And the last one is the dyes, the stained glass, and the stained glass panes. And that's the same for all the colours, all the way across. Really good just to see at the drop of an hat what's where, quickly go to it. It's quite bulky though, but I like it like this. I like to be organised, quite a bit of OCD. This section here is the food section. Again, we've filled up on everything: mushrooms, mushroom blocks, bread, apples, golden apples, leather, rabbit hide. Again, come down into the fish, which you know we've already got plenty of. Half of it's cooked. We've got chicken, mutton, everything's full, cookies, even got a bit of cake. You gotta love a bit of cake. Chorus fruit, and that's just my phone going off. Pork, beef, and a bit of chicken in there as well. Sorry, rabbit. Then we've got the baked potatoes, the carrots. Originally these were geared up, you can probably see the hoppers around the back, for a auto collection, but the mechanics when I was doing it for villagers throwing at other villagers went a little bit wonky, so I just decided to do it manually, because we just had so much other food, mutton, chicken, pork chops and beef, so I didn't really bother. This here is automatically fed in from farms. This is my bread and butter when trading for emeralds. They automatically get sent here from downstairs. Pumpkins and melons, just convert them over, ready to be traded. Simple sort of item elevator from downstairs where the automatic farms are, that leads up round the back. Paper, I didn't bother with one because I had so much of it in the first place. I thought I'm never going to really use it, so I didn't set up an automatic farm for that. Got loads of paper. The wheat is set up in a automatic farm, which is downstairs, which has been converted into hay bales. Got tons and tons of it. Works really well. Here's just a little map that if I need to, I can just pop off the wall and take with me. A little sundial there to tell me whether it's actually day or night. And that's it for this floor, and then we go downstairs. This is the basement, or the very bottom layer. And what we've got here, we've just got a little egg farm where the chickens lay eggs into hoppers. That comes down here. Never really used it, in all honesty. Similar thing here where we've got chickens dropping into a dispenser which fires into a half block, a slab. Initially I had water in there so the chicken would drown when it grew up, drop down into this chest here. But with the new mechanics of items floating in the water, probably 50% of the chicken and feathers that were produced got caught in the water and just stayed there until they despawned. So I changed it, just put a blade of lava in there. It needs to be an intermittent, quick firing, quick blade of lava and then retract. But because we've got so much chicken, I haven't bothered because we've got so much chicken. So right, on this side we've got 6 modules, if you want to call them that, of the, you see there, it just fired off. Each section has got 5 plants, and then when the plant grows it gives an update to the block which fires a redstone signal into the pistons and it pushes it off into the water. Really simple, and again I can't remember, this was done a year or 18 months ago, so I can't remember who designed it, but it works really well. And I think there's 20 along the bottom, 20 along the top, so that's 40 and 40 on this side, so that's 80 plants, all automatically harvest into water streams, which goes into a hopper chain which runs all the way along the floor into there you can see another one go. So there's 80 down there, so that's the pumpkins. We've got another 80 pumpkins, another 80 pumpkins, that's 240 plants that are automatically sort of being harvested, and then the other 3 is 240 melon plants. It's not completely lossless, but for the amount that we get, I'm not going to be too fussed about losing the odd half a dozen here or there. Works really well. And if I sort of go quickly around the back, it's the next one. That's the silent elevator that takes them up to the storage room. Not the quickest, but it's silent, so you don't get the ticking, tick all the time. And this is where the line of hoppers come in. That one's from the melons. That one's from the... Sorry, that one is there from the pumpkins. This one's from the melons. And we have one leading round from the back, which that's the chain from the wheat farm. I've placed droppers on the top because apparently when an immovable object is on the top, the hoppers don't look for an item coming in from the top, they just go straight to the left, which helps the lag apparently. Real simple, easy to do, but the only problem is occasionally when you get one stuck in there when you're loading and unloading chunks, it can cause a bit of a backlog. So you can see there, that's how it powers going up. You can see them coming in and sort of just being fired straight up. Not the quickest, but it's silent, which I like. Now we have bubble vators, if you want to call them that, with water source blocks with soul sand underneath them, which will be the design that will incorporate on the next map. Right, let's go back this way. This section here is where the animals are kept, and where I managed to get all of the wool, dyeing them different colours. Just got a chest full of all the different dyes. You just quickly run round, right click all of them with a dye in your hand and it changes the colour. And again, with all the food storage upstairs, I've still got all the food downstairs as well, uncooked. There's a full chest of mutton. Again with the pigs, full chest of raw pork chops ready to trade. Again with the beef, full chest of raw beef. So food was never really an issue. I've got all my cats that I got from the jungle. Right, next round here is just a basic jungle tree wall with cocoa beans hanging on the side. There is a line of hopper pistons on that side with a delay coming through onto that side, so it just nudges the wall over. I'll quickly show you, really easy. Bam, drops off, then resets itself. Works really well. Get brown dye. You can even make your cookies and everything. Again, loads and loads. This is the wheat farm with the villager. For some strange reason, he's not harvesting any, which is odd. Strange. He's been doing this non-stop for 6 months. I'll have to come back and have a look at that. How it works, you've probably seen. If we come underneath, and underneath here, it's a minecart right underneath the level of the dirt, and with the villager, his inventory has been completely filled with seeds, so that's the only thing he can pick up, which leaves the wheat on the floor. And when the minecart comes underneath, it just instantly sucks it through, travels one circuit underneath every block, and comes back to the drop-off point. The comparator detects that this hopper is being used, so it fires a signal into there, unpowers that redstone torch, which unpowers that redstone on this block here, which turns the minecart track off, so it'll stay there while it unloads. As soon as it finishes unloads, that reverts, refires back the power rail and sends it off on its travels again. Underneath, I did set up a little filter, so that if it does pick up any seeds, the seeds will come down here and just get fired into a bit of lava, because I've got seeds galore, no need for them. Back out. You can tell it's probably night time and there's a lot of zombies outside trying to get my villagers. Right, back in. This is just an auto pumpkin cactus farm. You can see it there. Again, I've got more cactus than I can ever need. A bit overkill really, but you know how it goes in Minecraft, go big or go home. This is my mushroom farm. In the centre we have the mushroom axe, which has got fortune on for getting several mushrooms when you cut it down, or the mushroom block axe, which has got the silk touch on, which drops the blocks as they are, as you can see them there. So again, this is just the overspill from the storage upstairs. Never really built with mushroom blocks, but it's and in 1.13 apparently there's mushroom stem blocks as well, which could be interesting to build with. This is the carrot and potato farm. Nothing fancy here, it's just manual. I go through here, it doesn't take very long. Normally get about 2 or 3 stacks after replanting of each. So nothing special there. This is the just a little manual chorus fruit flowers, where you go along with the silk touch and just pop the flowers off the top. You know, there's 10 plants in here, so I normally just get 10 or 11 or 12 flowers, then just go to the bottom, chop it with a fortune pick axe, and then collect all the pieces that way. This here is the dropping point for the gold farm, and there you can see they all gather here. It's a little bit loud, but let me just turn my mob sounds down. Hostile creatures, be quiet, done. And also there you can see it's hard difficulty, completely survival, nothing creative at all. So I just stand here. What I can do as well, I can hold something in my offhand to prepare it. Still a little bit loud, my apologies. And that also goes into, there's the droppers there, to an automatic filter system where you have the feathers. This has been topped up from the chicken farm. Also there as well, loads of cooked chicken, loads of raw chicken, rotten flesh galore. The gold comes through here, the nuggets come through here, and also as well the gold swords follow all the way through to this chest, where this hop hat is locked off, so it's down at the moment, so it's safe, just in case you throw anything in there, a sword for instance, and it goes into the furnace and blocks it up because it can't smelt, and then you'll get a backlog. So you just come here, pick up the item that you dropped in there by accident, or you can sort of flick the switch, and then them items get dragged out, go into a furnace, and then get smelted down, and that gets redirected back into the nugget box. Good little source of gold. Here we have the mine, which is where I've done all of my mining. I have got an automatic minecart thing, but I'll just go down by hand. This side here is the track for going up and down in a minecart, and this track here is the track for the chest in a minecart, taking it up to the storage room. As you can see, we started off, I think where I'm on level 8, and then the next one will be level 11, and the next one after that will be level 14, which from my understanding is the diamond level. I think 14, 15 is on average the optimum level. I've done quite a bit of mining, as you can see. Some of them go off for thousands and thousands of blocks. There's them. I've got a beacon on this side and a beacon on that side, which gives me the haste 2. And again, some of these go on for thousands of blocks. These mines, and I did start originally. I was going to be building a tree farm down here, just a manual one. It took me a long time to dig this room out. It's huge. Took me a long time. On this wall here was going to be 3 jungle trees with an elevator up, so you could just get to the top. It's at 34 blocks high from the ground, which is roughly the biggest jungle tree. Easy enough to jump on the chop and just chop straight down. I was going to have rows of the different trees, but after deciding to start a brand new map, I didn't pursue the tree farm really. Shame really. It's a nice big room, and that's it for the mine downstairs. Let's go back. No, this is the auto loading system. You drop whatever it is into the chest, press the button, and it goes off upstairs, dropping off the items that you've mined. Saves you keep going up and downstairs to take things to the storage. You can just keep filling that up. I think it can store maybe 2 double chests before it starts to back up, then head up and then just manually sort it out within the storage. I have built a large auto storage system in the past, found it to be quite laggy, so decided on against it this time. We've been with other people on the server, didn't want to cause an excessive amount of lag, but yeah, if let's go back upstairs. Yeah, so it's been a big undertaking really. Took quite a while to get it all together. Like I said, this server's been open now for 18 months or thereabouts, so we'll be sorry to see it go. You know, but a new start is in front of us. It's got to be done really with the new update, just to take advantage of the new items within 1.13. Looking forward to it, finding all them shipwrecks, dealing with the drowned, and getting myself a trident as well, which I'm quite looking forward to. But yes, sorry to see it go, but that's how it is. And I think that's a long enough video for my first installment. So if you did like the video, please leave a like and subscribe, and hit the notifications to see the journey of a new Minecraft map. I'm Dusty Echo, and I'm out of here.